Hi, and welcome to Positive Parenting. My name is Irene Atia. I'm a Christian counsellor. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about healthy expressions of love towards our children. It's a common fact that we all love our kids, and we want to show them that love and affection. We want to have children that grow up that knowing that they are loved and accepted and cherished for who they are as individuals. And there are a few aspects of how we can express this love to our children that I'd like to discuss with you today. We're going to talk about physical affection, quality time, and healthy praise towards our kids. One of the first forms of showing love for our children when they're born is physical affection. Research has showed time and time again that skin-to-skin contact and physical affection with a newborn baby helps them thrive and grow and flourish. The same is true for all children of all ages. It's important that we give our child physical affection, whether that be holding hands, touching them, cuddling them, kissing them, tickling them, or even playing rough and tumble games with them. All these forms of physical affection help release hormones in their body that make them feel good and happy. And more importantly, they know that they're accepted and loved by us. And it's important that this physical affection continues with our child as he or she grows. As our children grow, their need for physical affection changes. And where they were initially happy to give us a hug and a kiss as they said goodbye in their first day of kindergarten, or even their first day of year 1, 2, or 3, as they grow, they may be a bit more reluctant to give us or show physical affection towards us around their peers. And this is perfectly natural and normal. But that doesn't mean to say that we then refrain from showing them any forms of physical affection. A simple pat on the hand or a hug or just being physically affectionate, like a peck on the cheek, is something that all children need, of all ages, to know that they're physically accepted and loved unconditionally by their parents. There's a theory out there that talks about attachment and how we grow to become adults who have secure and healthy relationships based on how we attach to our parents, or primarily our mother in early infancy. And this theory talks about how a child needs to have their primary caregiver, or their mother in most cases, or their father if their mother is busy, as someone who shows affection and love towards them and encourages them to go out and explore the world, while reassuring them that she's there waiting for their return, welcoming them back every time they come back, and being happy as they go out and they play. So an example of this is really clearly shown on lots of playgrounds. If you were to go to a playground and watch how young children play, you'll often see that a child will go out and play, look back towards his parent 1 or 2 times, play a little bit more, and every now and then will go back to his parent to get his love tank filled, to get that physical touch, that affection, that knowledge that they're still safe and comfortable and protected in the world. And then they'll go out and they'll explore some more. If this is done in a healthy way in early childhood and continues to take place through a child's life, so where it may present itself for, say, a teenager as someone who goes to school, faces the world, but has that need to come back and engage and speak to their mum or their dad or their caregiver about what their day was like and feel empowered and encouraged to go on, that sets them up to becoming secure individuals who are able to trust the world that they live in and able to have healthy relationships. That's physical affection. The next one I want to talk to you about is quality time. It's not about how much time I spend, although quantity is definitely a factor. It's also about the kind of things that I do with my child. It's important that the time that I spend with my child is time where I affirm them, I let them know that I appreciate and value them, where I can have discussions with them without critiquing them, without criticizing their behavior, without picking on their faults. It's important that I have time in my day, every day, whether it be 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, however much time I'm allowed to have according to my life and my schedule, that I spend that time with my child, letting them know that I value them and I appreciate them for who they are as a person. And I can leave the discussions about behavior and improvements in their life to another time, as long as I make sure that I have that daily routine and that daily schedule of spending time with my children. As well as that, it's important to know that when a child comes to you because they want your attention or that they want your time, if you were to leave what you were doing for a minute or two and afford that child that attention, it's likely that their attention tank will be filled. They'll be satisfied that they've spent that time with you and won't come back time and time again. Children tend to come back asking more and more of our time when we're not attentive in the time that we give them, when we're not fully there, when we're not fully present. So it's really important that in the time that I spend with my child, that I'm focused with them. I'm not on my phone or on my laptop or taking a phone call. All those things my child will see as being more important to me than him. So it's important, really important, that when those 2, 3, 10, 20 minutes in my day that I spend with him are purely for him or purely for her, and he knows that I'm just there to enjoy his company. And the last thing I want to talk to you about is healthy praise. There's a lot of research out at the moment about how children can become narcissistic and how they can start to think that they're the best people in the world and there's no one better than them, or even worse, believe that they're entitled to things that they're not entitled to because of the way that their parents have praised them or have not praised them in childhood. So it's really important that when I praise my child, that I give him or her qualitative information about what they're doing. For example, if they're trying to do a puzzle, rather than saying, wow, I think you're the best puzzle maker in the world, I can say, I really appreciate the fact that you're trying really hard to solve this and that you're persevering. Or I love the fact that you enjoy reading and I enjoy listening to you read. Or if I'm watching them swim at their practice, just going up to them and saying, I love watching you swim is often more than enough. I don't need to compare them to anyone else. I don't need to tell them that they're better than anyone else. And I don't need to tell them that they're the best or the worst at something. I just need to value them for who they are. So the 3 that we spoke about were how we show physical affection and the importance of that, quality time with our children to make sure it's attentive time, and healthy, constructive praise for our kids. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time.